People. Que pasa, sac, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Talk about news with a buzz. First thing that is popping in the news. There was an infamous video making its round on social media a couple of days ago. In this video, we saw two students at the Denhamtown High School pretty much clot up on next students. Older but smaller in stature, smaller in body students. We heard that the Popo were looking for those two boys. They arrested one is presently on the run. We also heard that the youth that was the victim in all of this, he was taken to the hospital. He was KICKED so badly that he had some sorts of kidney damage. I am going to show you a couple of videos, and then I am going to let you hear from the sister as to what transpired since then. Take a listen, take a look to the first two videos so you can have an idea the type of person that we're dealing with, physical and mentally.
Come TYREES, come walk go so. Alright now walk, make them see. I say I walk now. I walk on a limb. TYREES, look. See it there? And I pretend walking. Walk on TYREES. Wait, what you reward? We come from the doctor. See them a limb.
So people, based on those two videos, it is obvious that he has physical and mental limitation. He is kind of SLOW, that we call it in Jamaica. I am going to speak about that later. I am going to let you take a listen, take a look to what the sister has to say about the situation, and then I'll give my piece on all three videos.
Everybody might see my brother. Him at the school you to get beat up. Him a go school yes and him at 21. Him artistic. Him not even can remember nothing. To show you say him a fair stay in a school. Him can't remember nothing. And look how them right them sick out.
Now people, like them say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I showed you three videos. If you remember or saw the initial video of the Royal BEAT down, it was not anything normal. It was disgusting. It was very disturbing. For any sorts of parents, this should not have happened in any sorts of school where there is a civilized society. However, we understand that Jamaica is no sorts of normal place. Criminality and crime and anything goes. It stand up big time. Now when you look at a youth like this, and we saw the initial video, this youth can hardly defend himself. This youth looks harmless, and people like them say, you can't judge a book by the cover. The point I am trying to make is that what they claim that he did, them claim say him jump over the fence at one little 13 and he was saying that the girl was 16. However, it seems as if these youths had ulterior motive. Based on what the Popo are saying, he is from Denhamtown. The two suspects, they are from Tivoli Gardens. Tivoli Gardens and Denhamtown have some sorts of strife, some sorts of gang war. The Popo mentioned it. He said it on the news that might be the motive behind all of this. So people, it just shows you the type of turf, gang mentality that these people have. It is as if it is inborn, and even in the school, they are carrying out the BS. Now when we look at this youth, it is obvious that he has physical problem. He has mental problem. So therefore, how is it that two youth bigger than him in body feel as if it was a good idea? What are they proving? What type of stripe were they expecting to get when them BEAT down a youth with physical and mental disability. You know, sister, something wrong. The sister told you herself. You saw the videos. He was coming from the hospital. He was limping. He was hurt. Based on what has been circulating over social media, they said that he got some sorts of kidney injury. And the sister said it in the video. The sister told you that he is 21 and still in a school. People, I did not even know that that is possible. That you could be 21 and still in any sorts of high school. But I guess there is exception, especially in these garrisons. We heard the sister of one of the suspects talk. She sounded nonchalant. She definitely did not sound as remorseful as most decent persons would have liked. Her talk and her action was polar opposite, because even in what's supposed to be some sorts of apology addressing the situation, she was on her live cussing out the public. People, something is definitely wrong with the mentality of Jamaican, especially people in the garrison. They facilitate too much FUCKRY. There needs to be some sorts of family structure. There needs to be less of the dysfunctional actions that we've seen being perpetuated in our schools. And people, this was one of the worstest cases. Point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, if you look at your screen, there's a picture. This is the picture of a man known as Dwayne Logan, OC, Lauti, Lottie, whatever you want to call it. He was one of St. Thomas' most wanted person until about 7 p.m. on Monday. Based on the information, it is said that this man was wanted for various crimes, including but not limited to 2 recent takeaways. I will talk about those takeaways later on in the news. Based on the information, it is said that at about 7 p.m. at the Morant Bay roundabout, him and the Paw eyes meet 4 or 12 or whatever you want to call it, because pretty much him buck up in a peer problem. It is said that some sorts of SHOOT out ensued. After the smoke clear, Mr. Lauti, he got the SHITTY end of the stick. People, if you check the statistics, whenever there's any sorts of confrontation as it pertains to the Paw and gunmen, the win and loss column is not very good for the gunmen. Them always end up in the afterlife. So based on the report from the Paw, it is said that Lauti, he engaged the Paw in some sorts of gun battle at the roundabouts in Morant Bay. Gun battle at OK Carroll, Morant Bay, Paul Bogle style. It did not end up too good as it pertains to Mr. Lauti. Now there are several pictures circulating on social media. I have maybe about 8 of those pictures. However, the only picture that qualifies for the YouTube platform is the before, because people, the after pictures, they were very graphic. Pretty much they did some sorts of SURGERY with the use of some sorts of hot con. Yai gone, face gone, head back gone, all sorts of hole. He looked like a strainer, and when some sorts of hyena tear up some sorts of prey. It was pretty bad. Based on what the Paw are saying, he was wanted for a January 17 takeaway of a farm manager that worked at Surge Island Dairy Farm. As a matter of fact, during that latest SHOOT out, he was found with a pistol. Based on preliminary investigation, that is the pistol that he took from that man on January 17 when he took away that man. Very significantly, it is also said that he is a person of interest in the takeaway of a district constable a couple of days ago. That district constable's name is Mr. Mark Anthony Forsyth. Now people, this is one thing it seems as if these criminal-minded youth have not recognized. They did not read the notice board. They never see where I go on. Whenever you take away anybody that is a district constable, a JCF or a JDF member, the search is going to be intensified. They are going to make sure that they put in whatever resources. No sorts of manpower or money will be limited. They are going to hunt you down like the DOG that you are. They are not going to stop until them catch you. Just check the recent history. Nobody has been fortunate enough after taking away a poor officer. So the question we have to ask, if the poor really wants to find people, it seems as if they can. So we have to wonder, is it coincidental that whenever a a district constable, a JDF officer lose their life, within 2 and 2 a jiffy, the suspect is either caught, locked up, or in most cases taken out. Now based on information that I am getting, it is said that this man, Lauti, he is from a place called Laval Lane. I have spoken about Laval Lane versus Blacksmith Lane a couple of times. It is a war that has been going on forever and a day. Start out as some sorts of family rift, grew, transform into some sorts of gang warfare. Based on what the Popo is saying, they are on the ground, and the people, most of the gunmen, most of the gang members, take with themselves. However, people, we say, this man, that latest wanted man, he did not get the memo, he did not read the notice board. Based on what they are saying in the incident as it pertains to the district constable, people call, I guess the opposition saw him. Everybody knows who he is. The Popo told you themselves. They have a description. They know the person's name. So they knew exactly who they were looking for. So it seems as if them put on some sorts of tracker or trace. Or was going by intelligence. Them know say sooner or later, everybody has to pass that roundabout. So therefore, them just lay await him and take him out. Point blank and period. Thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.